at the last Mass, a bunch of people after Mass said, "We couldn't hear you when you were preaching." After Mass, they told me that. So, if you can't hear me while I'm talking now, put your hand up, okay? And then I'll say, "What do you want?" And you can tell me you can't hear me. So right now, you can all hear me? All right, I don't want no complaints, all right? How you been? Just good? Good? Well, you know, a lot has happened in the past year. At least down in Haiti. We had Hurricane Matthew. That's the big thing. I mean, every year we have ups and downs. We have, joys and disappointments. But this year, we had Hurricane Matthew, which is unbelievable. Came in the southern peninsula of Haiti, pretty much starting where we are and all the way out west, destroyed everything. Infrastructure, roads, bridges, churches, schools, clinics, homes. Killed the animals, destroyed the gardens. People were left with nothing. Nothing. We were lucky because we didn't get the full brunt of it. We just lost 4 buildings on our property, all the roofing for the boys' homes, and the roofing for the secondary school because it was metal roofing, even though it was pretty good quality metal. The wind took it away. Everything got soaked because, a hurricane, 100 plus miles an hour wind, and the rain is coming in from below. It's crazy, it just comes in from every direction. Now, last year I talked about the girls that we have at our project, and the girls have dome houses. They're like igloos made out of cement, but they're really solid. And not one of them was damaged in the storm. Whereas the boys lost all the roofing, and some of them were completely destroyed. So guess what we're going to do? We've decided to replace all the boys' housing, because we repaired them, but it's not enough. So we're going to replace them with all dome houses, which is really cool. When we started doing this, people would thought, the Haitians are going to hate this. It's not cultural, to build a dome house. But you know what? The Haitians love them. They love the dome houses. They like them aesthetically, and now they love them because they are safe structures. So we're going to do that for our kids. We're doing that now. People responded really well. Some of you responded very, very generously after the hurricane because we sent out a bulletin, "Help us." And we're able to start an outreach department. We used to help people out in the past, but we really need to help these people. It's pathetic. Even today, if you drive out west from where we are, you'll see people just living under not even a tent, a tarp, They've got nothing. It's been 9 months since the hurricane. And the majority of the people are homeless. And they really don't have a home. They lost everything. So the majority of the kids from the southwestern peninsula aren't going to school. Initially, there were no schools to go to, and then they couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford, $1 a month to pay to go for school because the parents don't have it. International organizations came in and decided that we're going to help. And lucky for us, we're on the ground, one of the grassroots organizations. We benefited from that. So we got organizations giving us food that we can distribute to the poor people. And now they're talking about, well, we got to stop that because, all we're doing is creating dependency. Some smart aleck somewhere in a fancy office is deciding that we're creating dependency by feeding people who are hungry. Now, I get it, You talk about the welfare system in the United States, I get it. It's stupid. We're encouraging people not to work in this country. It's crazy. When people can stay home and get the benefits, why should they work? It's broken. That needs to be fixed. But it isn't the same reality in Haiti. When people are hungry, it's because they're hungry. It isn't because they're lazy. They've had more trouble in their history. It's just unbelievable. And we're there to help them as much as we can. Okay, let's switch over. New paragraph. I got to talk about my kids, you know, 'cause, I mean, after all, they're my priority. And I told you last year, I think, or the year before, the government stepped in and said, hey, if they're 18, they're going to leave us. And some of them don't have any family. We're their family. That's all they've known their whole lives. And at 18, get out. So we said, no, we can't do that. So for another 2 years, until they're 20, we pay their tuition somewhere. We give them, you know, we buy them books for school, give them a little pocket money, so the separation isn't as bad. So this year, we have our first graduating class. They're 20 now. Now they're leaving us for good. Bye-bye. Au revoir. It's not really au revoir. It's supposed to be bye-bye, adieu, you know? So I'm going to talk about two of my guys who came to see me. First one is Robinson. Came to see me to thank me. He's leaving now, you know. He came to us after the earthquake in 2010. And so he thanked me for, you know, the opportunity to be with us and, you know, to share in the bounty of Espoir, which is what we're called down there. I haven't been able to go to school and learn how to play a musical instrument and becoming an altar server and all this stuff. He's a handsome kid, you know. And he's standing there and he's thanking me. And all of a sudden, he abruptly stops. He just stops. And he's looking at me and his eyes got all full of water. And he started crying. Then he started shaking. He was crying so hard. I said, Robinson, what's going on? But, you know. He says, now I'm going to be hungry again. He has a mom and dad in Port-au-Prince. The father works part-time when he can. The mother can't work. He's got brothers and sisters. And he knows he's going back to that. And he's going to be hungry. That's sad that has to exist, you know. And yet it does. Makes me sad, I'll tell you that. So that's Robinson. Then there's Laurent. Laurent comes to see me, he's all smiles. He's got a baby face. He's 20, but you'd give him 15 maybe, you know. Kid's brilliant. Smart kid. Always first in his class. It's like no effort, you know. He's first in his class. Got a lot of jealousy going on around him. You know? So he finished secondary school. He's all excited. And of course he did well. And at the same time, he decided to learn a couple of other skills. So he went to a vocational school for carpentry, electricity, and how to make windows. You know, they fabricate metal windows over there. And he came to see me to thank me, you know, for having helped him for 10 years, I think. But he has the chance of going to the United States, coming here to go to school. Because a professor from a school went down there, an engineering professor, and he brought down with him a little 3D printer. Can you believe it? My first 3D printer. And he was showing the kids, you know, he comes down once a year and he wants to excite the kids about, you know, physics and all that kind of stuff, the sciences. So he brings that 3D printer and the kids are looking at it, they're all surrounding him, and he has his own students who accompanied him do some basic stuff. So they made a little cube, a little rectangle, like a brick, you know, and one kid made a sphere. The easiest things in the world to make. And they said, yeah, any one of you guys want to try it? And Laurent said, yeah, I'll try it. So he'd been watching all this, you know, for a while. So he get there and he got on the computer and he took him a little while and everyone's getting a little antsy. And then he hit enter. And the printer came up with a bell. He did a bell. You know, if you know anything about 3D graphics and stuff, that's not easy. And he kind of leaped from just seeing it once to doing that. The kid's, if he's not a genius, I don't know what is. Just a brilliant kid. Another example, you know, two of my guys leaving us at 20 years old. Reminds me of the gospel, huh? The weed and the wheat, the sad and the happy, the good and the bad. I mean, we do what we can with what we got. And sometimes it works out really well. And sometimes it's not enough. And I wish we could do more. I hate to say no, but we're limited. And you know that's why I come here. I don't come here for the weather, you know, or to go swim in the lake. I come here to beg you for money because we need it. And we're very responsible with that money. We do a lot with that money. What, 8? 8.2? 8.5? They're judging me. You know, the little like 8, 8.2, 8.5. Can you believe it? See, now I don't know what to say. Yeah, we feed a bunch of people every day. 8.7. No, we have a wonderful kitchen, and our own land produces a lot of the food now, much more than in the past. So the kids are eating better. They're eating greens, you know, and they're eating eggplant and all that we grow on site. And we feed, well, it's over 2,000 meals a day. Because we have our own kids, and that's about 400 because we include the dependent non-residents in that group. And then we have the school kids who eat. That's around 650, 700. Then our employees eat, because that's how you do it down there. You know, so for 2 meals a day is a lot of people eating. And early breakfast is usually just our guys. So that's about 450, 500 people. So we feed a lot of people every single day. Plus, we have a food program. So we distribute food to another school, so they get a hot meal every day. And then we have soup kitchens in the area, so people can, you know, at least get food. It's a real challenge. Anyway, you know what I do, basically. I need you to support us, please. Because without you, we can't do anything. And you've been very generous in the past, which is why I keep coming back. So it's your fault down here. Thank you for listening. God bless you in the name of the Father, and the Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Second collection is for the mission appeal. Okay, it'll end up eventually in my coffers so that we can do stuff for the kids. After Mass, there'll be a table out there. And if you want to stop by, say hello or something else, I'm there. I'll be there. Thank you.